Welcome back to Survival Records. Taking as long as it did to grind up, or not grind, but weld up that thing, reminded me that I think I have the ability to make better quality tools. I'm going to look into that quick. Thanks for coming and joining me again. I am Ryan, your host. I will be doing my best to survive and sharing the trip with you along the way. I appreciate you joining me. If you like what I'm doing, give me a like. If you have any suggestions or comments, please contribute those as well. If you think that I'm making misses and making mistakes, then I appreciate all kinds of feedback. For right now, I am going to go ahead and get these better tools on my hotbar, continue working on putting the pickup together, and I'll bring you guys back when everything's all welded, and yeah, then we can start putting the wheels on it, or rather the thrusters, because this is a pickup that can fly. Alright, I'll see you guys in a bit. Well, here she is. And that's all the basic pieces that you need to make this functional. Well, other than obviously the thrusters. So, I think I like the idea of the thrusters being in little pods coming out at the four corners, kind of like wheels. They can't come out too far. Like, you don't want them to come out basically any further than than that. So maybe I have to kind of build them up around the batteries themselves. But let's grab some steel plates, see what we can do. Oh, I need steel plate. Let's make 100 of that. The assembler is, well, not so slow that it's really annoying, but that should be enough to get me going with this. Alright, we've got thrusters. And I like designing in creative mode because it gives you that the mirror function where you can just have them match on both sides. But to me, designing things in survival just makes it just like that. It just adds a little bit extra challenge. You have to fix the puzzle. There. So if I reserve the batteries for where I am putting thrust forward, so that's 6 thrusters pointing down on this side, and I'll do 6 on that side. I can then have I bet you I can put the thrusters like this and not worry about them damaging each other. So that'll give me 8 forward thrust, 12 downward thrust. Now we need the left and the right. Do I want to try and tuck it here? Or have it be up and above? I think I want it to be up above. Which reminds me, I wanted to put a piece down like that so I could get up here. So left and right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then reverse, right, because that is actually clipping into the drill. Oh wait, no it's not. It's just not support it. There, there, and there. And so reverse, forward, left, right, down is the gravity, and up. So, yeah, just a matter of copying this on the other side. And then maybe adding a little bit of greebling, which is adding the bits of armor to make it look like it should. Maybe I'll give it a big rack of headlights on top of the reverse thrust. That could work. Maybe just have the headlights be under in there. Yeah, right like that. Alright. Yeah, let me get this copied on the other side. Let me build all these thrusters, and then we'll see what we can do. Alright. So, last couple of thrusters, finally. And this ship is not yet flyable, because I forgot one thing earlier. The gyroscope. I definitely am not going to be able to go anywhere without a gyroscope, so I want to get a small gyroscope. See what I can get. Can't get everything. Let's put it into production. It looks like I got the steel plate to be able to place it. I like it being pretty centerline. I think I'll do it right there. Attached to the cockpit. If I don't have a cockpit, then I don't have a need for a gyroscope. The other thing we wanted was the ore detector, which I guess I can put right there. And, yeah, I mean, I guess time to start putting some details on it. Make it look interesting. I think I get some headlights right in there. There, maybe a little bit of something going on in there. Alright, I'll see what I want to do, and I'll bring you back. Oh no, what happened? I disconnected there, and the whole thing just fell to the ground. Well, actually, I know exactly what happened. The batteries were on recharge, so I have to get in there and turn them back on. So, we've got batteries. Battery 2. Let's rename them just so that they're consistent. And actually, for one thing I want to do right away is rename this guy, because I've been calling him the pickup. He's going to look like a pickup, so let's just call him the pickup. Alright, so one lesson I've learned, definitely name things. I like leaving them with their normal name, their vanilla name first, and then the name of the ship. Just so that if I'm looking for batteries, I can find them by typing in battery, rather than looking for the batteries for the pickup or the pickup batteries or whatever. But let's do P, and I'll try and copy that and paste it there. And as far as I know, it doesn't really matter if they are named the same thing. They will still be identified differently. But while I'm in here, let's start getting these things set up for groups, because I want to be able to control them all at one time. Save. Alright. And this one, I'm going to name it the pickup rear, because I may have more than one. Drill. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just rename everything, and I'll bring you back. Okay, so I've named everything to identify it as this ship. I've named the ship the pickup. And I'm thinking, you know what, actually, my very first pickup was a S10, a Chevy S10. So I think I'll name it that. I'm going to call it the S10 pickup. Or should it be lowercase s? I think it was always lowercase s. S10 pickup, yeah. Alright. I like it. I'm going to stick with that. And I'm not going to worry about naming them all S10 pickup. I'll probably call it the S10. I'll probably call it the pickup. But, yeah, so next we want to set up our toolbar here. One of the first things I did when I started playing the game was get familiar with where I have certain things on the toolbar. And for whatever reason, I don't know why it ended up that way, but I always ended up having my conveyor be on the 2 slot. So I'm just gonna stick with that being the case. The next thing I always did was the block tools. I wanted to put that on the 1 slot. Then I set up a couple of groups. One for the batteries. I'm going to have the batteries recharge on off. And then I'm going to have the cruise thrusters. These are all the thrusters that I have pointing forward, the ones that would stop me if I'm moving forward. So I have them set up to toggle on and off, so that if I'm just cruising along, I can turn them off and let go of the forward button. I can save a bunch of power and just drift and coast. And I mean, you saw how much you move with the jerry-rigged drop pod, so you can imagine how it'll work. I'll show you when I'm flying. But, yeah, as of right now, well, everything's off because I'm charging, but here we go. Alright, and I am flying. Let's get a little bit of height. Ooh, that's a lot of thrust. Okay. Forward, back, left, right. Alright, I am gonna leave it a little off the ground, just so I can finish doing some greebling. I want to make it look good. So, yeah, let me hop out. I've got these things in the back here to get rid of. And so I did a little bit of work around the headlights up there. I kind of liked the idea of doing that. And since this is a mining ship, having some armor on the outside is going to be useful for bumping into the walls if I start mining further into a cavern. And actually, I had an idea for what to do with the front and the back here. Okay, it'll probably be there because there's the cab. I'm trying to imagine where things were. Probably more like that. So that, and let's take a look at these. Oh, I always forget to do that. Character tools, that, and let's get rid of this. Let's get a wheel. And I want to put it there. I want to do the 3x3 wheel. Oh boy, that is... Oh, that's the 5x5. There, 3x3. Which, I don't know, might look alright. It's going to very much be the bumpers on the out. That's the idea I had for them, is that they were the bumpers. And make it look a little bit more like a truck. Oh, while I've got you here, I'm going to do one thing. I have to paint it to make it look just like the little lighter than that, I think. No, yeah, that, and then what is that? That's the color of my very first pickup. Do I want the sci-fi armor, maybe? Let's see how that looks. Look, hold, shift, and control, and middle click. It's pretty green. But, oh man, that's very much the color of my first pickup, my S10. So, yeah, I guess I'll go with it. Alright, let's see about welding up these wheels. Just, I don't know if they're going to look good or not. Maybe they'll look terrible, maybe they'll look alright. Are these? I want to put a block. It was there? Yeah, on that last thruster. Yeah. Alright. So, you right-click to add an incomplete block to your build planner. You then can look into the inventory of something that has a production or an inventory. You look at it like this so it highlights yellow. You then middle mouse button to draw any parts of your build planner, which is down here, you can see, into your inventory. So I drew a little bit of something. I don't know exactly what it was, but if I then hold shift and middle click, I'm going to add anything that's not been pulled to the build queue. So it's now producing those parts that were not available. So I can start pulling them out, and that'll give me a chance to then build these. I don't know if this is going to be a waste or not. Ooh, I don't know. I guess I kind of like it. Let me know. Let me know in the comments, I guess, if you think it's too much or not enough. I think maybe I want to move the wheel back a little bit further. But it's sort of even with the thrusters there and there. I don't know. All right. I'm going to add a little bit more armor just to make it look like some of these thrusters aren't just hanging out over nothing. Maybe I'll add something over the top of them there, and then something over the cab to hold on to those thrusters. Same in the back, and maybe I'll even work on doing a little bit of like a pickup bed in the back there, and then we'll see. Now, with those full with the batteries as full as they were,
Fuel
I
critical.
have 2 hours of hovering time. That's not a lot. Maybe we can do something to increase that efficiency. But we'll see. Alright, I'll bring you back when I've got more of this built. Well, folks, here she is. The S10 pickup. Now, I decided to add a little bit some functionality into the bed of the pickup. We've got a hydrogen-powered generator right there, and that is an H2O2 generator processor. So I figure the very first thing I can do when I get out of the when I launch is I can head down to the ice lake, get a little bit of ice. Where is the... There we go. Cause yeah, with those powers, with those batteries, and the little bit of energy they contain, I don't have a super long runtime, so I want to be able to, last a little while longer. That's my own shadow. So yeah, let's see what I can get in a couple of moments of drilling. And I think I'm actually going to end the episode at this point because I have, been recording for a little while now, and I want to not get it to be too long of an episode. But here we go. The very first thing we're picking up, a bit of ice. Oh, and that's already full. Wow, okay. Maybe it was just the cockpit filling up. Ooh, wow, okay. So, yeah. I'm not going to be able to get a whole lot. But I will figure this all out. So, thanks again. And I appreciate you spending time with me. I'll see you next time on Survival Records.